Have you ever wondered why the cost of education and living expenses are more expensive than the ones in the past? Well, there's only one answer to that question: inflation.
I'm from ICS, Ipeka Integrated Christian School. Today, I will be explaining how to beat inflation in this video. But why inflation, you might ask? Because inflation is one of the most scariest things in the world for both people who work and have a business.
Inflation could happen anywhere, within developed and developing countries. Inflation is a rise happening continuously at a specific period of time. This means our money is worth less and less, and the prices of things and services will automatically increase because of the money that is worth less. One of the causes of inflation is demand pull inflation. Because of the high demand of a specific thing, even though stocks are limited. There are two more significant causes of inflation. The first one is the government keeps printing money. It will not mean they have more money, but their money will be worth less.
Another one is political and economical chaos. If the government raises the price of fossil fuels, or when everyone is protesting and disagreeing with the government. Now let's discuss together the matter of the cost of education inflation. Let's take an example in 2016. School fees for elementary school children. If this child attends a national school, the entry fee that must be prepared ranges from 9 to 10 million rupiah. And for school fees, it takes approximately 1 million rupiah. The total cost required for one child in primary school or elementary school ranges from 73 million to 82 million rupiah. While elementary school children in international schools, the entry fee that must be prepared is 85 million rupiah. And for school fees, it takes approximately 6 million rupiah. The total cost required for one child in an international primary school is 517 million rupiah. For the tuition fees required, I will give 3 examples of developed and developing countries. Among them are Indonesia, Singapore, and America. In Indonesia alone, the cost of education required at the university level is 75 million to 200 million rupiah. In Singapore, it costs around 500 million to 700 million rupiah. Whereas in America, a child requires education costs of between 1 billion to 1.5 billion rupiah.
Let's calculate the projected increase in tuition fees together. Example, the child's age is 10 years old. The age of the child will be 18 years old in college. The time it takes to save when the child will be in college for 8 years. Assuming the annual increase in education cost is 12%. So, if we count together,
the total cost of education at the university level in Indonesia in 2016 was 200 million. There will be an increase in 2024 to 500 million per child. The total cost of education at the university level in Singapore in 2016 was 700 million. Will experience an increase in 2024 to 1.8 billion per child. The total cost of education at the university level in America in 2016 was approximately 1.5 billion. Will increase in 2024 to 3.8 billion per child.
It's just about the cost of education. Then what about increase in house prices. This time, I will be discussing the rise of house prices and how to overcome them. So, how do we beat inflation? If we want to beat inflation, we have to invest in something. But what shall we invest in? I suggest we invest in gold because it is one of the most precious metals in the world, and it is one of the most promising investments out there. It has been proven that gold's worth has increased by 400% over the last 20 years, gaining larger profits than stocks. For example, the price of gold on August 5th, 2010 was around 410,000 rupiah, and the prices of houses in Jakarta was 8 million rupiah per meter. If we compare the price of gold and house prices in 2010 and 2023, the price of gold is now up to 1,060,000 rupiah,
meaning that gold has increased by 158%. This is the way to calculate. Current price, which is 1,060,000 rupiah, subtracted by 2010 price, divided by 2010 price, and gold in 2010 price multiplied by 100.
The price of land in Jakarta in 2023 is 18 million rupiah per meter. This means that house prices in Jakarta have increased by 125%. How to calculate? It is the same thing as the one we did with the gold. Current price subtracted by 2010 price divided by 2010 house price multiplied by 100. Gold has increased in value by 158%, while house prices have increased by 125%. In other words, if we have 2 billion rupiah in 2010 and use it to buy gold, we can buy 4,878 grams of gold. And if we sell it at this time, the money we get will be 5,121,951,219 rupiah, because 4,878 grams of gold multiplied by 1,050,000 rupiah. So we would subtract 5,121,951,219 rupiah subtracted by 2 billion rupiah is equal to 3,121,951,219 rupiah. And if we divide by 2 billion and multiply by 100, we will get around 158% in profit. And if we are using it to buy land in Jakarta at the moment, we will have a land area of 284 square meters. And if we do the same steps, we would get 125% in profit. If the money we have in 2010 is 2 billion rupiah, and we only keep it independently in the bank, we will only get 1,886 grams of gold in 2023, because 2 billion divided by 1,060,000 rupiah is 1,886 grams of gold. For example, if we buy a house in Jakarta, we will only get a house with an area of 111 square meters, because 2 billion rupiah divided by 18 million rupiah in 2023 is only 111 square meters. This means that the amount of money is the same, but the value becomes less. This is called inflation. Meaning, if we have money, don't just put it in the bank. We have to invest it in a profitable place. An example is gold.
But we have to know which kind of gold are good for investing. Pure gold or gold bars are a great way to invest, but not jewelry. Thank you. Have a great day. Goodbye.